you how to do a layered project. And layered is a little bit deceiving because you're not putting a layer on top of a layer on top of a layer necessarily, making it thicker, but you are cutting out pieces of it that will make it a bunch of different colors within each other, and it'll go into the cutouts. So the first thing we're going to do is go and download the little guy that I found, just because he was pretty easy to do and it's getting close to Halloween. This is a pretty simple design, so I usually just choose at least moderately complex to do anything, if not complex, depending. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to upload this multiple times, and one for each color, and take out the pieces that we don't need for the other colors. And you will see that there's two different blues in here, but I'm going to do that blue all as one color. So the first thing we're going to do is change this color tolerance a little bit higher, because you'll get a smoother line when you click to get rid of everything. And I'm going to take care of everything except for blue at this point. And you'll see that there are some lines in here. So if you look at preview, you're going to see those in there. So what we need to do is then use our eraser and get rid of those lines so that they don't try to cut. I don't remember if there were any up here, but we're going to get rid of anything that I think might be there. And that'll continue through all of these pieces. I've seen some good videos on layering, but they start with the design already uploaded all the times that you need it, and everybody always says, well, what do I do now? How do I get it there? And this is how you get it there. So I'm going to preview it again just to make sure I don't see anything else that looks weird. We're going to continue, save it as a cut image, and we are going to call this Monster Blue Layer. Okay, so now we're going to do that monster again. Same thing, moderately complex. Change that up. We're going to do just the red layers this time. And get rid of all of this stuff. So again, your Cricut's going to try to cut all of that, all those little dots, if you don't get rid of them. I think it looks good. Let's check out preview. Yep. So we're going to call this cut image Monster Red Layer. Oops. I guess I need to be patient. I don't do it on the computer very often, but I thought it was easier to do this time. Okay, so this time we're going to get rid of the red and the blue and the white. Don't forget the center of the eye. Can make this pretty large. Sorry if I'm a little choppy. I am definitely not a professional. I like to do things so that I hope that you understand them. I need to see everything step by step. Got a little close to the eyeball there, but we did okay. We stopped in time. There's always the back button if it doesn't look right. There's a little piece right there. Let's look at it again. Okay. So this is going to be Monster Black Layer. I think we're almost there. Oh, I did it as a cut image, so going to get rid of that. See, we all make mistakes because I honestly don't know how to change that unless you mess around with it. And when I've tried to do that, it seems to give me different sizing. So we definitely don't want to have it different size. We need everything to be consistent as far as size goes. And I'll show you how we adjust the size for the whole thing when we are done getting everything all together. Because you are going to want to keep it together. Otherwise, you can't get anything to fit right and you're just fighting with it the whole time. A little too fast on there. We're going to click. Okay. Got some ears up here, or horns, or whatever they are. Okay, so let's make this a cut. And I think we just have white to do yet. And I know when you look at that, the pieces look like they're larger, but they're really not going to be whenever you do that. So one thing about different things, if you were going to put this on a white background, you don't necessarily have to cut out the white layer then. I am not doing that though, so I am going to cut out the white layer for this. So like if you were doing a heat transfer or an iron-on or whatever, you wouldn't necessarily have to cut out any white HTV because the shirt would act as that white layer. And again, this isn't the situation for this. This is probably going to be a decal that I'm going to put on a mug or a tumbler, some kind of a cup. So I will be doing it out of permanent vinyl. Let's see what we look like here. Looks good. Save. Continue. Cut. Monster. White lay. Okay, so what we're going to do then is take every one of these layers. Some people do them one at a time. I don't understand why you do that. Just click them all and say insert image. So now you get them all on top of each other and you want to make sure you get them to be the right color. So we're going to click on the blue layer, change it to blue. We are going to click on the red layer, change the color to red. And then the white layer, I couldn't remember which one was white. And we're going to click that. So now is when we start to basically assemble this. So you slide all the pieces to where they go on the monster, or whatever fun design you use. Make sure you don't see any white sticking out from behind, except for where we're going to put the white. And there we go. So it's all together now. So what we need to do to make this print correctly without having stuff all over the place or whatever, and so we can change it, we're going to select it all and we're going to group it. Now, some people like to use registration marks, and what that means is you would take a shape like a star or a triangle or a square or whatever you want, make it very tiny and put it up here at the top of the monster or whatever your design is. And then you line those up when you go to layer. I find that that is more of a pain to me than just doing this because I can see where the layers go without that. That never seems to work out just right for me. Now this monster, since he's going to probably go on a tumbler or a cup or something, he does not need to be 11¼ inches big. So the height that I'm going to make him, because I find this works best on most tumblers, is 3.25 inches height. So I don't make any, I don't make any of the dimensions larger than that because I find that it's not going to fit where I want it to go. So now all I have to do is say, make it. And you can see that it sorts it on to all the different colored mats for each of the colors. And down the road, I'll do this where I can show you how to put them all onto one mat so that they cut appropriately. But for today, we're just going to go simple with this. So I am going to go ahead and cut this out and weed it, and then I will get back to you with the rest of this tutorial. See you soon.